Welcome to the Amazon's podcast. I'm Glenn Young, owner of Amazon's Fitness Magazine. Celebrate the female physique. Subscribe to Amazon'sFitMag.com. The podcast is brought to you by GPS Photography and Video. Why photography and video? Because a photo's worth 1,000 words, video's worth 1,000,000. GPSPhotoandVideo.com. And of course, Amazon's Fitness Magazine is a publication of GPS Photography and Video. Still trying to get my voice back last week of school, and I'm glad because all the screaming and hollering will be over. So that's that. Shout out to everyone that had a birthday in the month of May, specifically as we're ending the night. May 20th is the end of Taurus season. So shout out to Ronnie Coleman, Rashana Boswell, Sarah Quambar, Nikki Politi, and of course, Dr. Trey Hodge. Did not know all of these people shared the lineage to the Taurus zodiac sign. So, hey, it is what it is, and that's why you see all the emerald and green, and we are who we are. And so, hey, got to have a lot of pride in that. So I want to jump right into it. Basically, this is the third year of Amazon's Fitness Magazine, turning 3. And so I just wanted to first start back to how it all started and read from the mission statement and then go on from there. No one sent me any questions. So if you pop into the feed, I'll answer all your questions at the end because more than likely something that I read is going to resonate and answer that question. So after many years of submitting my work to magazines and publishing many times over the years, I was motivated to start my own magazine. I wanted to control my own content and bring forth my own vision. Amazon's Fitness Magazine is dedicated to female bodybuilding, and it promotes female bodybuilding featuring the physiques of the most beautiful women in the world of bodybuilding from all categories, divisions, professional, and amateur. Published bi-monthly, online, available in print, the website, Amazon'sFitMag.com, and presence on all social medias. The first issue was 1 May 2022. On that same day, that same magazine was a launch party at Wilburn Lofts Event Center, 115 Street, Rayford, North Carolina. I am a fan and a photographer of female bodybuilding, and as such, the mission of the magazine is from that perspective. Since 2017, I've had the privilege of photographing and spending time with female bodybuilding competitors during their preparation for their pro card to some of the biggest bodybuilding shows in their profession, the Arnolds and the Olympia. Amazon's Fitness Magazine is my vision. I'm a fan of women's bodybuilding, and from the standpoint that female bodybuilding obviously is my favorite because of when you think about female bodybuilding, women's bodybuilding division, as well as women's physique, those are the ones that have come up under the most scrutiny. Public opinion, criticism. No one wants to look like that. People don't want to see that. People want to see the bikini in the men's open bodybuilding. She looks like a man. All of those negative comments, negative narrative that they've endured. And so that was the whole mission statement behind bringing forth the magazine. As a platform to hopefully educate and change that negative mindset. The first 3 covers of Amazon's Fitness Magazine were in May of 2022, IFBB Women's Physique Pro Teresa Mota. In July 2022, IFBB Pro Olympian Teresa Avancic. And in September of 2022, IFBB Women's Bodybuilder Pro Olympian Rashana Boswell. And the whole purpose with the first 3 issues, there would either be a women's bodybuilder or a women's physique on the cover. Why the name Amazons? A friend who owns his own magazine asked me the question, why the name Amazons? All women may not see themselves as Amazons. I told him from the movie Wonder Woman, Amazons came from Themyscira, also known as Paradise Island in the Amazon Isles. Wonder Woman came from Themyscira. She is an Amazon. Although women may not see themselves as an Amazon, all women are Wonder Women. So I think it resonates with every woman that's ever gone through something and had to survive it, overcome it. And so that's the connection between the two. Now, looking at it 3 years later, and you'll see this article in the May issue of Amazon's Fitness Magazine. I'm thankful it's still here, continuing to support of women's bodybuilding. The mission remains the same, to change the negative narrative of what people believe what a woman should look like or should not look like. We have met many milestones from my website, amazonsfitmag.com, to sponsoring 5 athletes, 3 of which were on the Olympia stage last year: Hella Trevino, Teresa Avancic, Ashley Jones, and then Sheena Olick, and of course Melissa Guerrero, which is wellness. As we continue forward into our 4th year, I want to continue to win the hearts and minds of the competitors, promoters, supplement owners, and of course, all the fans of women's bodybuilding. With that, I want to talk about targeted goals that me and my art director, Michael Young, the second, that went over, and we came up with these following goals that we want to try to accomplish. Again, these are targeted goals for 2025 and into 2026. 1, continue to sponsor athletes and attend shows. 2, pay the sanction fee of at least 1 show for women's bodybuilding. 3, contribute prize money to at least 1 show on the behalf of the women's bodybuilding category. Ominous goals, but you can't think small, because you think small, you'll be small. So got to throw down the gauntlet and see what happens. But that's the goals we want to try to accomplish between now and the end of 2026. And we'll just see what happens, especially in light of everything that's happened over this season. When you think about the Tampa Pro, and then, of course, the loss of shows in the previous year. I think there were 10 bodybuilding shows. And then after all of that was said and done, and then only have 3 competitors show up at the New York Pro. So it's neither here or there. But you figure 10 shows, that's $100,000 that promoters put up. And then women have got to show up. And so hopefully women's bodybuilding is going to continue to thrive at the shows. And that's where I come in and do the best that I can, that it does not go away, that it does continue to grow and to have a show. So yeah, big goals, and we'll see what happens, and we'll get to work on them right away. When you look at it, it's threefold. You want to continue to sponsor athletes, you want to pay the sanction fee of a show, and then you want to contribute prize money. And it's tough when you look at it that standpoint, because at the end of the day, will you be able to accomplish all 3? Will you only accomplish 1? But at any event, you're going to step forward and do what you got to do, because I'm speaking from my heart, and that's what I want to try to accomplish. And we'll just see what happens. Neither here or there. All the comments on social media, and given everything that's happened this season, given everything that happened at the New York Pro, is the low numbers, and when you look at the triple O dynasty, and so that's where I'm at with it, and I'm putting it all out there on the table, and we'll see what happens from there. Another thing we were looking at doing, and I'm starting to lose my voice. Like I said, I've been talking all day when you're teaching. Let me get me a sip of coffee. Something we want to promote called the Meet the Amazons tour, with the first location being Fayetteville, North Carolina, of course. The meetup will basically be a fundraiser for the magazine, to include meet and greet format, posing show, and of course a Q&A session, and of course an autograph session. So that's still in the works. That's probably going to be sometime after the Olympia, obviously. So more to follow on that. But that's one of the things that we had talked about as to what we wanted to do. Thanks and salutations. So many people to thank. I'll start with my art director, Michael Young II. The whole layout of the magazine, that's him. I appreciate all that he's done this year. in past year, and of course, all that he's going to do. I want to thank IFBB women's bodybuilder Olympian Teresa Avancet. If you didn't know, she is a writer slash model for the magazine. And so she's done so many articles over the last couple of years. She speaks from the heart and gives in-depth perspective and revelations about women's bodybuilding. So the biggest thing behind the articles, I didn't want the magazine just to be a picture book. That's something that you would actually gain some knowledge from, although the attention grabber, of course, is the photos and the physiques that you would take time to read and maybe learn something. And she's given a lot. I said she speaks from her heart and gives some great revelations into women's bodybuilding in the industry as a whole. Thank you to photographer, contributor, James Diaz Photography, who contributed photos this year. And of course, all the photographers that have contributed over the last 3 years. And we're always looking for more contributors, photographers, writers, contribute to the magazine and give you a point of view. Hannah Hussein, who wrote articles, and all of the competitors. If you ever written an article for Amazon's Fitness Magazine, shot for Amazon's Fitness Magazine, made a post about Amazon's Fitness Magazine, thank you for your support. And of course, to all the subscribers on social media, YouTube, and of course to the website, amazonsfitmag.com. All those that have bought a magazine, that purchased both print and as well as subscribe to the website, I just want to thank you, because that's how I get this thing going. And everything that I make goes back into the magazine. And of course, it goes to, as you've seen, to support women's bodybuilding, to sponsor athletes, go to shows, and just keep the name out there. That is Amazon's Fitness Magazine. So I really appreciate you. Let's have another great year. Celebrate the female physique. Subscribe to amazonsfitmag.com. Coming up tomorrow, we'll post Wellness Wednesday with Melissa Guerrero. A lot of things going on there, as we'll talk to her after last, because a lot of great happenings at the Pittsburgh Pro in New York this past 2 weekends. And then tune in Saturday for Robin Mays, IFBB Women's Physique Pro. She's 50 years old. She looks amazing. She'll be on the podcast at 2 p.m. Potential upcoming travel dates will be Atlanta, the Atlanta Pro, obviously, and of course the Tampa Pro. It's like they flipped it this year. So what's going on there with that now is the Atlanta Pro is August 15th. The Tampa Pro is the first week of August. So my plan is to go to both and continue to bring great content. Special announcement. Mark your calendars, is coming 1 June on the Amazon's podcast. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but just another great move and stuff that we're trying to do to bring the women's bodybuilding to the forefront. And we'll go from there. So you don't want to miss it. I hope everyone, as we continue to develop the Amazons tour, that you come out and meet the Amazons once we get it going. And I'm not going to tell you who's coming first, but it's all about promoting the brand that is women's bodybuilding and getting rid of the naysayers, to paint them in a positive light, because I have no issue about doing it. I love women's bodybuilding, their physiques and everything that they do, and that's why the purpose of the magazine. So I don't want to drag on and rant. So that special announcement, like I said, Amazon's podcast on 1 June. Of course, you got to ask yourself, who is on the cover of the May anniversary issue of Amazon's Fitness Magazine? Now, I got to apologize. I was trying my best to get the magazine out by my birthday. When I went to Pittsburgh, I actually got in an accident. And so now I got to go back and get my truck once it's repaired. I mean, so actually you could have been in Pittsburgh 3 times this year: the Pittsburgh Pro, then the NPC Collegiate, and of course the USA. So now I got to go back to get my truck. I'm okay. It is what it is. Sometimes when you rush and things happen. I literally pulled into the parking garage and the wall jumped out and hit me. But enough about that. So who's on the cover of the May issue of Amazon's Fitness Magazine. Vera Majume. And I'm still working on the pronunciation. That was a great shoot. Loved it. So much more to come. Learned a lot in talking with her, and a lot's revealed as she filled out our questionnaire. And she's a hospital pharmacist by trade, wife, mother, Nigerian-born, Austrian raised. She understands fluent German, although speaking has degenerated since pretty much being here in the States. So she's an autism advocate. Second child is autistic. She's one who shows up for meal prep in her meal prep videos, as you see. So make sure you go out and subscribe to all her Instagram feeds and her social media. Vera Moves, Facebook at Vera Moves, TikTok, African Flamingo. Great poser, so much depth, and so much more to come. But she is on the cover of the May anniversary issue of Amazon's Fitness Magazine. Make sure that you go out and buy it. We're closing it out. I did the review last night, and I'm going to do another review tonight as we made some changes. And then it'll go to print, and you'll be able to go to amazonsfitmag.com, click on issues, and then click on the magazine stand and buy the magazine, as well as all the issues that you have seen out there. So celebrate the female physique. Subscribe to amazonsfitmag.com. And now I'm going to check my comments to see if I have any questions. Comment from George, all the rage George. Congrats on making 3 years. And we plan on making many more. So just got to keep it going. Stay on pace and go from there. But make sure you check it out. AmazonsFitMag.com. Celebrate the female physique. Subscribe, support the fundraisers and so many things coming up. As I said, $10,000 is the sanction fee for women's bodybuilding. And then, of course, when you talk about prize money, that should equal that, $10,000. And we'll just see what happens, all in growing slowly. But that's the plan, and that's what I would like to accomplish, as well as continuing to sponsor athletes and go from there, one day at a time. But it's been a great 3 years, and just will appreciate everyone's support. So stay tuned for so much more that's coming, and talk soon. I'm going to go rest my voice, and tune in tomorrow night for Wellness Wednesday, and, of course, Sunday, Robin Mays. Not Sunday, Saturday, 2 p.m. Saturday, 2 p.m., Robin Mays on Amazon's podcast. Till then, talk soon.